Welcome to another fantastic episode of Engine Noise. Today, Matt and I are going to reminisce about our very first cars.
Good times.
We're going to talk about some tips for buying a first car,
And don't forget, Jeremy, we have 2 giveaways today.
What?
Yeah. And also, we have the Celebrity Car Challenge.
What is that?
Don't worry, you'll find out.
All right. Engine Noise Podcast is brought to you by 1AAuto.com. Quality car parts that ship quickly and come with thousands of free online videos that walk you through your installs.
They walked me through my install.
Hey, welcome to Engine Noise Podcast for do-it-yourselfers like me who don't mind getting their hands dirty. I'm your car expert, Jeremy Nutt.
And I'm Matt, the guy who fixes everything with duct tape.
So Matt, what was your first car?
My first car was a 1995 Grand Am GT.
Yes.
Yeah. It was metallic green, had dual exhaust,
Yep.
had a nice little spoiler on the back.
Nice.
It was a pretty fun car.
Yeah.
And it had really nice rims, some cool side trim pieces that I still have never, obviously you don't see much of them now,
Yeah.
but when I had the car, I never saw another car like it. It was kind of unique.
One of the things that GM did around that time was they put like weird body packages on stuff and weird like sticker packages. And then they'd make special editions out of like any car. And it would be some really rare thing like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you didn't see many of those. So how did you end up in this car?
Actually, my parents bought it and they drove it for a while and ended up passing it down.
We bequeath to you one Pontiac
Yep.
Grand Am GT.
Yep. I was spoiled.
So did you have a big like sound system in yours, or was yours just totally stock?
I did. I put the boxes in the back and I thought it was cool and I put the back seats down.
I assume it was a V6 probably.
It was a V6.
3.3 liter maybe?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm just guessing at that.
I know
don't really-
V6.
Yeah.
Whatever the decals said, I knew.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Very cool. Was it pretty reliable?
No, not at all. I was on the way back from Niagara Falls and the transmission blew, but I got to the border.
That's a long distance from here.
Yeah, really long.
Yeah.
It didn't go all the way. It was like second gear or something like that, where it would really rattle and like
Right.
be awful pulling out of the place. But then once I hit highway speeds, I didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then I got home and it didn't move after that.
So that was its final demise?
No.
Oh,
Put a transmission in it.
Wow.
And then it was one thing after another after that,
yep.
you know.
That must have cost a fortune to do.
Actually, it was about $1,200 if I remember correctly.
And that must have been a used transmission from a junkyard.
Yeah, it was probably a rebuilt. The car was new enough where I was like, I forget how many miles were on it, but it was still at that point like a good car.
Yeah.
But as soon as I put a transmission in it, it was just downhill. Parts just started going.
Yep.
It had low profile tires too, which was really cool.
Performance.
Yeah, except for when it got really cold and all of them would go flat. First time I ever got a flat tire was with that car, and it was
2 flat tires?
freezing. No,
Oh, okay.
It was before that when I actually had to change a tire.
Yeah.
It was 10 o'clock at night or something like that, and it was the coldest day of the year.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any gloves or anything. I had to use my girlfriend at the time, her tiny pink gloves, changing this tire. I had no idea what I was doing.
Son of a bitch.
I would suggest you learn how to change a tire before you own a car or are driving by yourself.
Yes.
There's a tip right there.
Yeah, that is a good tip.
What was your first car, Jeremy?
My first car was actually my 64 Chevy Impala convertible.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I obviously didn't drive it until a couple of years ago, as you may have recalled.
We heard that.
So my first car that I actually drove every day was a 1987. Are you sitting down?
I'm waiting for it.
Dodge Ram 50 pickup truck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The Ram 50 is the same as a Mitsubishi Mighty Max.
It's smaller than the
Yes.
actual Rams, like 1500s?
Oh, yeah. It's a mini truck. Mitsubishi in the 1980s and into the 90s, they were basically providing mini trucks to the Chrysler Corporation, Dodge.
Yeah.
And Dodge was rebadging them as Dodge Ram 50s. So it was a Mitsubishi truck, it had a Mitsubishi engine, but it was labeled as a Dodge. So I paid $500 for it.
What?
Yep. So at 15, I owned 2 vehicles, which was absurd.
Yeah.
Because no 15-year-old should own 2 vehicles.
Right.
It was a 4-cylinder, carbureted, automatic. I got that truck. I lowered it to the ground. I was a mini trucker at the time. I don't know if you're familiar with mini truckers.
No idea. No.
It's a cult. In a good way, though.
Very culty?
It's very culty, but it's like a group of people who have awesome little trucks, and they lower them to the ground, sometimes air ride suspension so they can adjust them up and down. Uh-huh. They have cool wheels, usually cool paint jobs, things like that. So I started doing that to my truck. The thing was totally rad. That truck actually sort of like shaped the course of my automotive life.
Ooh.
As strange as that sounds.
Wow.
I don't know how deep you want to get into this story, Matt. This is like a lifetime story that we're getting in.
Let's go for it.
Okay. The short version is I had an 87 Dodge Ram 50. It was slow, but it was nice because I had fixed it all up. So I made it nice, and then I sold it. I then had several other vehicles over a couple of years, and then I bought a 1990 Mitsubishi Mighty Max, which is essentially the same exact truck as the Dodge Ram 50. And I was like, okay, this is my chance. I'm going to have my first vehicle again, but I'm going to make this one fast.
Here we go.
So I got the truck, but the engine didn't work. So I go to the junkyard, hoping to find a 318 or a 340 or a 360 V8. I did not find any of those. But on my way out of the junkyard, I came across a 91 Eagle Talon, which had a 4G...
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Matt. Jeez.
I need a picture.
I took a picture in the junkyard. I came across this car, and it had a 4G63 turbo engine in it, which is a 2-liter dual overhead cam Mitsubishi engine. Stock, these make 220 horsepower.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's a Mitsubishi engine in a car with a turbocharger on it, and it makes 220 horsepower. The one in my truck, it's a Mitsubishi Mighty Max. It's a 4-cylinder, 2.4 liter. Maybe I could take the Eclipse engine and put it in my truck. Took a bunch of measurements in the junkyard, and then I went home, measured my truck, and I was like, I think that engine is going to bolt in my truck. I went back to the junkyard, bought the engine without a warranty because it was cheaper. Bad idea.
Pro tip.
Bing. Don't buy the engine without the warranty. So I got it home knowing nothing about turbos, knowing nothing about Mitsubishis, knowing nothing about engine swaps, nothing. All the valves in the engine were bent because the timing belt broke. But I had already bought all the parts to go along with it. I rebuilt the head, I put the engine in the truck, and then I had a turbocharged 4-cylinder manual transmission Mitsubishi Mighty Max pickup truck. And I had done some modifications to it too, so now it had like 250 horsepower probably. And it was pretty cool. I got tired of it, and I took the whole thing apart and I sent it to the junkyard.
Oh my God.
But I kept the engine and transmission. There's more to the story, but I won't get into it.
Okay.
Basically, I needed room for more cars, so I had to get rid of one. I got really mad one day, and I pulled the engine and transmission out of that. I sent the truck to the junkyard. I got another car in its place, but the engine and transmission sat in my parents' garage for years. And then on the internet one day...
This is something only car people do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I need room for more cars. I'm going to take this car apart and send it to the junkyard and get a new car.
Yes, exactly. This is it.
Like normal people would be like, yeah, I got this end table. I don't really want it anymore. I'm going to just smash it up and throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
You do that with cars.
Yeah, car people are weird. So 6 years pass. I've held onto this engine and transmission for 6 years. I am on the internet on a Mitsubishi Mighty Max car forum. Some kid in far western Massachusetts says, I have this 89 Dodge Ram 50 that he had just blown up the engine. And he said, I don't want the truck anymore. Somebody can have this truck for free.
Ooh.
I'm in Massachusetts. This guy's in Massachusetts. I got an engine and transmission in my parents' garage. So I borrowed a trailer, drove out to western Massachusetts. The truck was mint, like absolutely mint, but the blown up engine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm ripping it out and throwing it away.
I got one.
So I felt bad because this, again, was like me at 16 years old.
Yeah.
He's like broke. He has no car.
Yeah.
The engine's broken. So I was like, I don't have any money to give you. I can give you like $100 for this thing. That's like what I can come up with right now.
Yeah.
So I gave the kid $100 for it, and I felt bad about it because the truck was really nice. So I took the truck. Get it home. I then put my original Mitsubishi Eclipse turbocharged 4G63 engine and transmission.
Oh.
It was a really cool truck that I had for a long time.
Wow.
So I ended up selling that truck in October of 2014 for, I think it was around $4,500, and it actually went down to South Carolina, I believe. That guy ended up putting a long bed on it. He was a fellow mini trucker.
Yeah.
So he cut the truck in half, and he lengthened the frame of it, and then he put a long bed on it. So now it's the coolest Mitsubishi Mighty Max / Dodge Ram 50 out there.
So we're learning more and more things about you, Jeremy. You are part of a cult. You drink the Kool-Aid.
I do drink Kool-Aid,
I'm getting a little nervous over here.
Yeah, it's not a bad cult. It's a car thing.
Yeah.
If you want to do car stuff, you can join the cult, Matt.
No, I think
It's a car
I'm
thing.
good over here.
It's a turbo thing.
Nah.
It's a wankle thing. Speaking of first cars, if you're a parent and you're helping out your kid, getting some sort of cheap vehicle for them that's somewhat safe and halfway reliable, but not too nice because they're just going to smash it up anyways, I have a few tips that might be useful. The first one is don't buy a car that's rusty. Rusty cars are just problems. Anything that you can do to prevent yourself from buying a rusty car is going to be worth it leaps and bounds. Even if you have to buy a car from like a different state. Go buy something from down south or find a friend to go get a car from down south so you don't buy a rusty one. Rusty cars are just problematic.
Bad news.
They're money pits. Another one is buy a car that's cheap to repair and common because you don't want to get I hate to say this, but a Mercedes or BMW or a Jaguar or a Porsche.
Not for your first car.
Not for your first car. Like you can buy those old and they're cheap enough where it could be a kid's first car. But the problem is when you need to fix it, it's impossible to find parts for. The parts are 5 times the price they should be. And if you ever need to actually do any diagnostics of it, it's just a nightmare because like you'll plug your scan tool in it and your scan tool doesn't read, Mercedes or Jaguar or Porsche or whatever the heck it is.
Does not compute.
Exactly. So yeah, you want to get just a normal, common vehicle. Honestly, like a cheap American car or even a Japanese car is going to be probably the way you want to go if you're just trying to keep things easy and simple.
Yeah.
Next thing on my list is the more options a car has, the more things are going to be broken. If you're looking at a car for your kid and you see it has a sunroof and it has, or a convertible top or I don't even know what else, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, these things are going to break. And I'm not saying you shouldn't buy a convertible for your kid or a sunroof because both of those are awesome when you're a kid.
Yeah, but then they hang out of it like Jeremy does.
Exactly.
It's not safe.
In high school, I was hanging out the sunroof because why wouldn't you be hanging out of the sunroof?
Be mindful of that.
Your kid's going to be hanging out the sunroof, or if there's no roof on the car like a convertible, they're going to be hanging out of the car. Just stay away from sunroofs and convertibles. Yeah. It's your kid's car. Come on. Other things that are going to break, if you have all the fancy bells and whistles on like a Lexus or a Mercedes or BMW or whatever, all that stuff's going to break. The switches are going to break. You don't want those problems. You want to keep it simple. Get the base model car. You want the roll-up windows. You want the most basic options possible so you don't have to fix it or your kid doesn't have to fix it. Next on the list, take a free car from your grandma.
Why not?
Grandmas are always giving away free cars.
Yep.
Why are they always doing that, Matt?
I don't know.
It's always
just love to give.
They're just so generous.
Yep.
I mean, if you can get the hand-me-down car from your parents or your grandma or your uncle or aunt or whoever, just take the car. It doesn't even matter what it is. If it's a free car, just take the car.
Gets you from A to B. Who cares?
Things that matter when you're buying a car are the basics. Your tires, your lights, your brakes, your heat. Other than that, it doesn't matter. The car is going to get beat up in the kids' parking lot at school anyways. And they're going to be sitting on the hood. They're going to be sitting on the roof, hanging out the sunroof. The looks of it doesn't matter so much. Just make sure it's safe, reliable. You want your tires and brakes and heat to work. Windshield wipers maybe. Other than that, the rest is bonus.
Yeah.
Last on the list, just buy an old truck. This whole list is worthless. Just go buy an old truck. That's what you need. Old trucks just work. You turn the key and they start up and they work. And they're cheap to fix.
Generally.
Maybe. Well, I mean, there's a couple exceptions out there. But an old truck, you just turn the key and it works. You have 4-wheel drive. Trucks are fun because kids can take them through the woods. They're going to take the car through the woods anyways. It doesn't matter if it's a Honda Civic.
Might as well be a truck, right?
Exactly. Any car turns into a truck when you take it through the woods. And trust me, I've taken a Buick Riviera through the woods, and it became a truck.
Wow.
Yeah. Front-wheel drive, too. So for a kid, you're not going to find a better cool car. They're going to love it because it's a truck, and who doesn't love trucks? Mm-hmm. They can help their friends move, bribe them to move couches.
Gross.
They can make a little money moving logs for people, put them to work. Just buy an old truck.
Okay. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I like old trucks.
Yeah. Old trucks are just awesome.
Yeah. As long as you don't have a crack in your distributor cap.
Even if you do, it's just a good thing.
Yeah.
My first car being a truck is just awesome. Even though it was slow, had a cracked distributor cap, didn't start half the time, it was awesome.
Even if you're in your 30s, your mid-30s, and you have an old truck, it doesn't have to be your first vehicle.
Right, exactly.
It's still cool.
Yeah, any old truck is cool, whether at any age.
Yeah.
30s, approaching 40s.
Yeah.
All those ages.
Old trucks, cool.
That's the answer.
Because, of course, as you know, I happen to have... What?
Matt.
What?
Just, no.
Just a clip.
We heard you, Matt.
Hey, Jeremy. I didn't tell you, but when I ordered that tailgate handle from 1A, I had a bunch of questions on it.
Yeah, I kind of figured you would.
So I called 1A Auto, and someone actually picked up the phone.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like a real live person. And they knew exactly what they were talking about.
That sounds about right. I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Their automotive experts were not just a customer service that sent me into a loop of press 9 for parts, press 4 for whatever.
So did you get your questions answered?
Well, my truck has a new tailgate handle, so yeah, I'm a pretty happy guy.
Well, when you're happy, Matt, I'm happy. 1AAuto.com, customer care that will make you happy. Ooh, okay. It's giveaway time, Matt.
What?
Yep, I want to give away some free stuff.
All right. What are we giving away besides my surprise delicious treat?
You got a delicious treat?
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll get there.
All right, so 1A Auto actually gave us 3 free shirts to give away.
Nice.
So the first 3 people to email I want a free shirt to enginenoisepodcast@gmail.com will get a free shirt.
Awesome.
Thanks, 1A Auto.
All right, Jeremy. You want to ask me about this?
Yeah, I do want to ask you about that.
So since we talked about Doritos so much in the first episode,
Yes, we
with
did.
the Wankel and all,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I figured it would be a good idea to reach out to Frito-Lay to see if we could get, a
Couple bags?
Yeah, a couple bags, maybe a sponsorship.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. You know what sounds even better than that?
What?
What they sent to me.
Really? What is it?
They sent me a $1 off coupon.
What?
Yeah. That's not it, Jeremy.
Come on.
Yeah. They also sent me, which is what we're giving away, 1 Frito-Lay product of your choice up to $4.29. Choose wisely.
I feel like that's a good value. $4.29.
Yeah.
That's a good coupe.
That's a really good coupe.
Yeah. Wow. So somebody's going to win that?
Yeah, somebody's definitely going to win that. So the first person to email enginenoisepodcast@gmail.com with the title Frito Yay will receive this coupon for up to $4.29 off any Frito-Lay product.
I've never heard such an awesome wordplay as that. Frito Yay.
Frito Yay.
That's what you want in the email.
Yeah, but I'm keeping the $1 off coupon for myself.
Hey, appreciated. Because we enjoy a good bag of Doritos here.
Yeah, very specific, very awesome. Thank you, Frito-Lay. Get ready.
Get ready for what?
The Celebrity Car Challenge.
What is that, Matt?
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
I feel like I failed some of these games in the past, Matt.
Well, Jeremy, you're going to fail at this one, too.
Okay, good.
There really is no way to win this.
Everybody's a loser.
This is a complete guessing game.
Okay.
So I'm going to name off a celebrity, and you're going to guess what their first car was.
That's good.
You feeling this?
No. I think I'm going to fail this really hard.
All right, great.
All right.
So here we go.
So I will give you a year, a make, and a model.
Correct.
Okay, ready.
All right, here we go. First celebrity, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I feel like he probably came from like a wealthy family. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to put him in I don't even know how old he is.
He was born November 11th,
Wow.
1974.
You really did your research.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Famous for Titanic, Inception, Wolf of Wall Street.
All great movies.
Fantastic.
Okay, so he was born in 74, so 16 years after that would be 1990. I'm going to put him in a 1990 BMW 3 Series.
You are pretty far off.
Really?
Yeah, older and cooler. Well, I think cooler.
Okay, what are we at? What is it?
What do you mean, what are we at?
Well, I don't know. What's the car?
Do you want me to give you guesses or just tell you?
All right, give me like a couple hints, and I'll try again.
Okay, it's also a horse.
Come on. Oh, a Mustang?
Yes. Guess a year.
I'm going to go with a 1985 Mustang GT.
Okay, no.
Really?
It was a 1969 Ford Mustang.
Of course it is.
It had a Windsor 351 engine.
351, yeah.
I don't even know what
Oh,
that
yeah,
is.
he's great.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Well,
Let's hear some culty stuff come out of your mouth.
No, here's the thing. If you have endless money, your first car is going to be some sort of ridiculous Mustang. So that makes sense.
Okay.
He must have had some money to work with. He was an actor, like, young, though, so he probably had a lot of money.
He was in, a couple shows.
Yeah.
On TV.
Oh, yeah, I feel like...
it was like Growing Pains or...
Is that what it was? Yeah.
I think so. But actually, it wasn't a very good car for him.
Really?
He said that it broke down on the freeway 3 times and he nearly died.
Wow.
Yeah, so he got rid of it pretty quick.
Yeah, well...
So it might have been,
Yeah. 69 Mustang, though. I mean, those are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are big time.
Cool.
All right, let's see what the next one is. I bet I'm going to nail the next one.
Okay. You're probably not.
No, I got it.
Okay. Well, next celebrity is Jerry Seinfeld.
Famous for comedians in cars getting coffee. I don't know if you've ever watched that show.
I've heard of the show.
Oh, man, Matt. It is such a great show.
Ooh, did you do research on this?
No, but I know a fair amount about Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
So he's a Porsche guy.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a lot of Porsches.
46.
Give or take. I feel like if you're a Porsche guy, you must have an air-cooled Volkswagen in your past.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, his first car must have been an air-cooled Volkswagen, which was probably, we'll say, from the 1960s. I'll pick a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, you are pretty close.
Really?
You're pretty close.
Yeah, Porsche guys, yeah, they come from Volkswagens.
You're a couple years off.
Okay,
Well, you were 10 years off the first time.
So wait, was it older? Or?
No, it was newer, which
Really? Okay.
I found interesting.
Huh.
It was a 77.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. He was born in 54,
Oh, wow.
but he was born in Brooklyn. So,
So he had no need to have a car.
Correct. That's what I thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, behind every Porsche guy is a Volkswagen guy.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's something I did not know.
I mean, if we're talking air-cooled Porsches, a little tidbit of information. I think it was like 1998. Porsches around that time went to water-cooled engines. Before that, they were air-cooled. So basically, air-cooled engines don't need water pumps, radiators, any of that stuff, because they just have air flowing around the cylinder heads to cool them off. That's where they get the name. So before you can afford the air-cooled Porsche, though, you have an air-cooled Volkswagen that gets you addicted to the air-cooled lifestyle.
Okay.
So once you're addicted to the air-cooled lifestyle, then, you get a little older, you get a little more mature, and you need your Porsche, your air-cooled Porsche, to take place of the air-cooled Volkswagen that you missed so much from your youth.
Next celebrity, Rupert Grint.
I don't even know who that is, Matt.
Oh, yes, you do.
Do I?
That's Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter films.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good luck with me getting this.
Born August 24th, 1988.
Holy moly. I don't know how I will ever get this. If he's born in 88, I'll say his first car is a 2000 and... I could just throw a dart at a dartboard, anything here. 2006?
Just say a car.
Fiat.
No. I'll just tell you.
Okay.
His first car was actually a Mini Cooper.
Oh, I should have went Mini Cooper. Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have known that.
But being an actor and having a bunch of money and being young, at one point he actually bought a 1974 Bedford Mr. Whippy van.
Oh.
An ice cream truck.
Nice.
Yeah. He said it made him feel creepy about driving it.
Yeah.
So he sold it and just bought a Ferrari Testarossa.
From an ice cream truck to a Ferrari. Yeah. That's normal.
It's a good change. Thanks for listening to Engine Noise, a podcast brought to you by 1AAuto.com. Quality auto parts that ship free and have thousands of how-to videos to walk you through your installs. Thank you to our producer, Jamie Prohaska, our editor, Patty Ford, and our marketing manager, Kristen Fitzpatrick. Our team is growing.
It takes a village, Matt.
We'll have another awesome episode of Engine Noise available in 2 weeks. Be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when our next episode drops. Subscribe by hitting that huge subscribe button, and remember to like, follow, and share our show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, continue to DIY.
Pop that hood.
Get some cold beverages.
Grill some burgers.
Go for a spin.
Grab those tools.
Pretend you're handy.
Change your oil.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Hang out the sunroof once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Do some donuts.
Do some donuts.
Don't get stuck.
Be safe.
This Engine Noise podcast is brought to you by 1AAuto.com. Hit the subscribe button now and stay up to date with all the new episodes. Have a question for Jeremy or Matt? We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at enginenoisepodcast@gmail.com.
I went to bolt up the front downpipes off the manifolds, and only one of them fit, and the other one was like a mile off. So now I get to make a new flange and make a new downpipe and weld in some bungs. Not sure if you're familiar with bungs, Matt.
I'll pass on this.
You're going to pass on the bung? It's a hole. It's what you put an O2 sensor in, but you weld in the bung hole into the pipe.
I see.
Yep.
How do you feel about the bung as a whole?
Well, I bought the 8-pack of the bung holes. When you buy the 8-pack, you get a good deal on them.
Sure.
And then what you do is you drill like a 1-inch hole in the pipe, and you put the bung hole in, and then you weld it up, then you get your bung hole for your O2 sensor. Yep.
Okay.
Pretty good deal.
That's good. A lot more bung for your money.
Yep. I like to keep bung holes on hand, so I have them in my toolbox, and then whenever I need the bung hole, I have it.
Of course. Of course. Awkward.